Okay, so we have the engines nicely done, beautiful detail. I've primed them in matte black as it says on the instructions. I checked online for the colours and they are the correct colours. So all we're going to do now is get rid of that white off here for starters. All we're going to do now, we're going to use some acrylic gunmetal. Right, so we're going to, I don't want the details to shine up with aluminium or silver or anything, so I'm going to use a little gunmetal with a small brush just so we can get around all the areas we want. So with dry brushing, I've shown you before, I'll show you again. Get your brush fully loaded with paint, take it off. Okay, so there's nothing really showing up coming off the brush. Then do it again. This will fill all the bristles up, and all we're going to do is really lightly go over the details just to get a worn look, just to make details stand out and look like they should. Just basically wear and tear, that's all we're looking for here. As you can see, you don't need much on the brush. We'll detail the rest of this up shortly. It's surprising how much difference just a little bit of a rub over with a dry brush will do. Just to give a worn area where the ground staff have been around the unit and used it, stripped it, replaced parts. So you can see this difference, the detail really show up. Now with an oil wash on that in a little while, that's going to make a big difference. So just quickly do the other one. Rub off the paint, and then we're just gonna again light brush all over any areas which show up on the supercharger. So all it is literally is to give it a worn look, like the metal, the steel has been worn away and got shiny over the years. Well, obviously these didn't last very long because Spitfires shot them down, but hey ho, I think in all that. Okay, right, put that away, throw that out. That was silly, I could have used that. Right, so we'll leave those just to sort of dry off for a little while. Clean the brush quickly with some water, so that's still good. Lovely job. Right, just finish cleaning off this. So the next part is the engine cradle and the undercarriage bays, which is where we're going now. I hope this is showing up. I'm trying different things with the camera, the mic and everything that I've got set up. I'm just trying to get this now so that when I come to switch her on and away we go. My bench is set up all the time, so I don't need to set that up, so we should be okay. I've got two bits on the end there. This is the last piece to clean up. There we go. Get the. These are all the standard RLM02 greys, and all we're going to do is glue these together. So we've got two. Right, tweezers in case we need them. Engine supports are there. Oil areas, oil fuel. Right, so okay, so we've got our extra thin. We'll put a little drop in the hole, get the part we need. Now that goes straight back up there, straight back, so just hold it there, so it's absolutely straight. Nice. Same on the other side. Where is she? Oh, it's there because I didn't bolt. It's always a piece, isn't there, that you can never find when you've got it ready. Everything was ready. There it is. See, it's still there all the time. Exactly the same place I put it. Just moved. Okay. And again, lining that up so it's nice and straight, just like so. Okay. Right, it's a part I didn't get off the sprue here, which is F12. So bear with me. There they are. F12. Sounds like someone's getting horn happy. Put these bits out of the way so certain Dudley don't get them if they do fall on the floor. I see he's laying right behind me today, so no doubt we'll get a woof off him before too long. So we just take sprue gate away. It's getting a bit warm. It has rained this morning. This is Sunday the 21st. Yep. So it's Father's Day. So we're on the model bench as it's Sunday. And with Father's Day, happy birthday to all the fathers out there. It's now, what time is it? 11:30. I've got 4 children and not received one Father's Day card or whatever, but I suppose that's par for the course. Right, here we go. So first of all, we're just going to put these on the wall, the rear firewall. Excuse me. See how they fit and how they go. So those bits go upwards, they just lay on like so. We'll get a little bit of our glue, use the capillary action, put it down, square it up like so, and she's on. And the other firewall, as we've got 2 of these to do for obvious reasons. I don't know what I'm doing that for, losing the plot. These are all the same colour, so no issues. Sit on there. Again, just a touch, let it flow, and the capillary action will do the rest. And that's on. Right, we come back to the 2 deck sections, or these are the, trust me, the wheelbase section. So we have 2 upright pieces to put into here. Check the orientation. That's nice. And the next part, like so. Make sure they're lined up and look good. Very nice. Put them to one side, or that one to one side. We'll have our second piece, and we'll just put the two into this side. Like so, line them up. Okay. For some reason the glue, whether it's the weather, heat or anything, doesn't seem to want to play ball today. It's probably me. Line these in. Look a bit odd to me. And we're in. Okay, leave that to dry for a few seconds. And come on to the cowling. Now, there is a small piece that goes on the external of the cowling. This piece. So that sits on there just like so. So you just want to let it be and just touch and let it flow. Quick touch on. Job's a good one. Okay, that's one of the air intakes. Now on the other side there isn't one of those, it's just one. Right, then we come to the front of our engine cowling. Everything's still missing at the moment. This is daft because I had everything lined up here. Must be my eyes. Let's get rid of this paint off here before I make a mess, which is very likely with me. So there's right. Everything was hiding up from me. So again, we're just going to check the orientation. It goes on the front of the main nozzle. Exactly where it goes, not 100%, so we'll do a dry fit just to see if it goes on the outside, which it does. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I quite like that. Alright, we'll put a bit of glue around there, and then this literally fits in. Just need to line it up. Like so. And as you can see, it's a bit fiddly. You want it lined up correct so that everything fits perfectly. Drop a little bit of quick setting in there just to let it run around, and that one's in. Probably the fiddliest part of this kit so far. So we'll run this one round. Get our piece. This is obviously a radiator piece. I mean, if you want to drill this out, you could. And that bit just fits in. It's funny really, you get used to doing something and like the first one, and then the second one just drops in. Right, okay. We have clear parts to put together. Now I'm wondering whether to leave one of the engines open. I'm going to leave the comments, I'm going to put everything together as it should be, but I'm going to leave open comments on this part. I want you to let me know if you want the engines to be shown or not be shown. if I can. YouTube's been a bit weird, obviously, with anything that's iffy at the moment, with everything that's going on in the world. To be truthful, I don't really care. Well, I do care, but I'm not in a position where I have a right to care. So I'm just checking to make sure everything is the way it's got to be and looks good, which it does nicely. Right, now we have a firewall. This firewall, which is now glued up and it's nice and in a position where we want it. I'm checking to see where it fits, and it fits, so that goes into there, and I like that fit. Again, very good from Dragon. I can't give Revell any thing for this because this is a Dragon kit right the way through. So the mold's a Dragon, and just bought by Revell in Germany, but they did pick a good kit, I've got to admit. Anyway, that's the firewall for the one engine on. Then we've got the firewall for the second. A bit of our glue just to start it off. And that slides in again like so, with a lovely fit, and then we'll just drop some quick setting around it to make sure that the glue or the join is complete. That looks good. Right, so that's our wheel well, coming along nicely and looking good. Right, now there is some clear parts for these three holes, but obviously we won't put them in until we've painted the inside of the engines. These will fit on here eventually, like so. We've got to get an engine in there though, which is going to be fun. We have the engine carrier to go and be painted RLM2. So what we'll do now, we'll get these primed, then we'll come back in with the RLM. When he's asking to put the gear in next, I won't be building the gear. I'll build the gear in front of you guys. As you can see here, all the gear's got to go down. Now I need to work out whether we can fit this gear in at the end or it needs to go in now. So we'll just have a look through. Okay, so it's got to go in the wings. So I'll do a couple of test fits into the wings, see how we get on. I'm trying to do this following the instructions all the way through. Not always easy, but we'll do our best. I mean, a lot of guys, you see a lot of videos, oh, we'll just jump through at the cockpit, because like the F-16, I think cockpit was halfway through the book, but we always did cockpit first. It's always been the way. I'm trying to do this in a perspective where I'm having to use the instruction manual and I'm keeping it exact. Obviously this is a model I never built before. I've not seen it built before, although I did see one on your Facebook was built this morning by a guy called David, and it was fantastic. But we'll go on. Anyway, I'll get these primed up and we'll come back.